So Tuckerwood's in their second year of looking into numeracy, so improving instruction, engagement, and then of course hopefully success is what we're looking for. I'm honestly not using this in English. This was what we represented to you back in the fall, is what our plan was. So you know, we were sort of here, and so we filled in some of that as the years gone on. So we had 3 groups running primary numeracy. We were really working at assessment, so a lack of consistent assessment. So that group was a really big part of the numeracy screeners, and spent a lot of time looking at the screeners and mathology, and using those 2 things to drive their practice. So coming together, trying lots of different ways, common language and practices in which they were trying to help kids to stop falling through the cracks, trying to improve engagement, and trying to use those screeners as a way to drive their instruction. So in that group, as far as like a difference, I think they're really, the screeners are something that are really going to drive their practice, where this year I'm not sure they used them quite the method that they would like to use in the upcoming year, because they were still practicing with them and all of that. So I think that they really have noticed attitudes around numeracy changing with our primary kids, and so excited about the upcoming year and moving into the screeners. And super cool, mathology, I don't know, we talked about mathology lots in the fall, and really it was supposed to be more of an intermediate focus, and our primary group really took it on and really liked it. And then our intermediate years, I know this pink is hard to read. So their hunt was really about engagement, and this real, like, really noticing that attitudes towards numeracy decrease. Our math results had decreased a little bit as they got into intermediate, and so really looking at engagement, and really this group was really looking at different ways that they might be increasing engagement through games. And so work together. When I met with Erin last week, I was telling her how it was really uplifting to like sit in that group and listen to them share their experiences in trying different games, and then walking away and saying, I'm going to do this one next week, I'm going to do this one next week. So lots of that going on. As far as for them making a difference, they really noticed like kids are engaged with games and asking lots of times, can I play that game to do this concept? Can I try that game to do this concept? So just some examples there. And then this slide. There's lots going on in this slide, even though it's going to have the sound. Sorry. I thought we'd just do this. You don't really need to hear it all. So just you can see there's lots of different games going on, lots of different concepts, equivalent fractions, place value. So finding lots of different ways to engage kids with hands-on learning and games. And then this is not just equivalent fractions, just some more games. Pretty cool. And then our last group was our support staff group, and really our support staff group, what the intent was is they were going to kind of on their own get some support, do some different work with our IST and our nurse support teachers around some different ways to support struggling learners in numeracy. And what ended up happening is they really came to a place where they were noticing that they were missing some skills around some of the literacy pieces and the tools that were needed to help kids get in the direction of being able to help them in numeracy. So they did a lot of work with Ariane, our occupational therapist. Andrea came in and did a little bit of work with them as well. So they looked at lots of ways that they could support kids with their language, that they could support kids with the tools. And I did at the end of May's Tim Time, I gave everybody a bit of a survey or a feedback form around what they were feeling about Tim Time and what they thought went well and what they didn't. And this group, like our support staff group, definitely had the most positive response about what they felt they had learned and how they had grown and how they felt more skilled at helping students, both in math and in numeracy. So then we talked a little bit about where we're going next. And so numeracy, we did some instructional changes, we did some improvement, and we did see some improvement. And in fact, our FSA results this year are a little bit off the charts, to be honest. I didn't put it up here because I don't want to brag, but they're pretty good. So what's really going on, and I think, you know, your results can show one thing, and then what we want to see is that engagement and that, like, right, because that's what's going to keep the longevity of that. So one thing that really, like, that we talked about a lot this year, and it's really something that the district has taken on, and TUC is really wanting to be a part of it, is, you know, looking at PMing, looking at benchmarks, looking at the change in our literacy assessment, looking at the change with the screeners. And so one of the things that really came out, and we'll do some more scanning in the fall, and you know, really talking to kids about their understanding of things, is what are our assessment strategies, and how are we using our assessment strategies to drive our instruction. And so that's where we're hoping to go for our next steps next year, is to look specifically at assessment strategies. And that is TUC Plan.